Good day, students, teachers, schools, fans, and tutors. Did I say tutors? Anyway, anybody who is intervening on academics and hoping and wishing to pass this semester with flying colors. My name is Justina, of course, you know my name. And don't mind me, I wear black hats usually these days. It helps contain my spidey senses. Okay, I am doing a quick tutorial on the digestive system. And because we are working through therapy and healing the myofascial release of any sustained injury, trauma, and pronunciation of literal terms, speaking, public speaking, pronunciation of words, and speech therapy. Okay. This is the oral cavity sagittal view, the side, okay? I'll walk you through the labels. One, this is the hard palate, okay, the roof of your mouth. Two normal shapes of the roof of the mouth of the hard palate would be arched or flat. And each of my children came out with arched, each one more arched than the other, and it is usually a sign of a particular recessive gene and Northern European, I like to say alien just to simplify terms, but anyway, they had a difficulty with latching, breastfeeding, and weaning off the nipple. Okay, two, we have the incisors. These are the bitey teeth. This, okay, your cheek. This is your tongue, okay, one of the strongest muscles in the body and one of the most difficult to tame, retrain, and resist compulsion. Here we have the pharynx. The soft palate. Often during the day, I don't know if this ever happens to you, it happens to me. I feel like I have a hair in my mouth. And then I'm doing this. I touch my tongue, but it's nothing. I don't know why it happens, but the soft palate in my mouth is sensitive, and certain times of the day, I get this weird fuzzy feeling in my mouth, and I'm really grossed out. Ugh, hair, yuck. Anyway, the trachea, the trachea. Okay. It's here. Okay, and the esophagus. This is very important when you are swallowing food and ingesting through your glutton. I am a total foodie, and I've recently come to discover the benefits of acupuncture and acupressure to tame and calm the nerves surrounding the jaw. Hopefully we can explore more together on this subject of medical treatment and hospitalization of trauma victims. Okay, now moving on to the 11 to 12, the mouth anterior view. This is the open wide. Okay. These front fangs are the lateral incisors. Then you have the palatopharyngeal arch. Okay, this is the where the tonsils exist, and if you had yours removed like mine were removed, then it's just an empty hollow space of throat. The palatine tonsils. I had chronic infections as a kid and early teenager, and actually I loved being sent to the hospital because I I got to be sedated, and I slept for a long time, and then when I woke up, the nurse, she was the best. Every time I rang the bell and pressed the buzzer button, she gave me jello and pudding and popsicles, and I survived on the soft junk food that normally moms are like, oh no, no dessert before dinner, but in the hospital, all I ate was dessert. Okay. Where's the quint? Where's the 5? Here. Okay. The medium sulcus. Okay. And then we have the premolars. Okay. These are useful. These are your natural, these are mammalians, natural tools for chewing hard, tough food. And if it's okay if you say, oh, like, oh, I don't eat meat, or if you do eat meat or occasionally eat meat, it's no matter. The tools in your mouth are meant to pulverize, masticate, dissolve, and break down the chunks of nourishment your body needs to get the energy it requires to do your work and be a human. Okay, second molar, number 9. Third molar, number 10. 11, posterior wall of pharynx. These are the upper molars. These are the ones that the dentists usually hack you about and nag on you about scaling because of hidden, nasty, pesty glucose. Then you have your canines, woof woof, palate, and central incisor. Okay, this is your mouth. These are your teeth. Let's read the description, why don't we? The external opening of the oral cavity and the lips are encircled by the orbicularis oris muscle. The mouth consists of an outer vestibule, which lays between the teeth and the cheeks or lips, and an inner true oral cavity, with the arches formed by the teeth. The true oral cavity has a roof formed by the hard palate at the front and the soft palate at the back, which separates the mouth from the nasal cavity. The hard palate is bony. The soft palate is formed by muscle covered by mucous membrane. The uvula, a teardrop-shaped fleshy structure, hangs from the rear edge of the soft palate. It's the dangly thing, the irresistible dangly thing. The floor of the oral cavity is made up of the tongue and the teeth. At the back, the oral cavity leads into the oral pharynx, which is part of the throat. The mouth is the entrance to the digestive tract and also connects to the respiratory tract. The mouth plays a vital role in eating and speaking and can also contribute to breathing. Okay, now a more detailed description of the tongue. And random fact, I've actually tasted cow tongue in a restaurant once, and it was stewed for a long time in a brown gravy and just fell apart. It tasted delicious. Now just the thought of it makes me gag. However, I have been known to explore exotic foods. The tongue, the superior view. Okay? The bumps are necessary because that's how you taste. If you have no bumps, you taste nothing. Okay, you have the lingual tonsil. Okay, it's the round end on the back of your tongue, at the end of your tongue. This is contained within your body and everybody has one. The palatopharyngeal arch and muscle. The palatoglossal arch and muscle. The median sulcus. The fungiform papillae. The filiform papillae. The balli papillae. And the terminal sulcus. Number 9. Okay? The bulk of the tongue is made up of muscle, which can be divided into two main groups, the intrinsic and extrinsic muscles. The intrinsic muscles lay within the tongue itself and are responsible for changing its shape. Their fibers are arranged vertically, longitudinally, and horizontally, making the tongue thinner, shorter, and narrower, respectively, when they contract. The extrinsic muscles, which are attached to the jaw, skull, palate, and hyoid bones, are responsible for changing the position of the tongue. The dorsum of the tongue is studded with papillae, of which there are 3 types: filiform, fungiform, and valate. Filiform papillae are tiny cone-shaped elevations that serve to grip food. Fungiform papillae are mushroom-shaped projections that may contain taste buds. About 2/3 of the way back from the tongue's tip lays a V-shaped group of 7 to 12 valate papillae. These papillae have a central elevation that is surrounded by a deep groove. Taste buds are located in the groove. Other taste buds are located in nearby regions such as the palate, epiglottis, and pharynx. The pharyngeal part of the tongue behind the valate papillae contain the lingual tonsil. The underside of the tongue is soft and kept very moist by salivary gland secretions. Beneath the tongue lay the openings of the duct from the sublingual and submandibular glands. The frenulum forms a midline ridge on the lower surface of the tongue. The paired deep arteries and veins of the tongue lay beneath this ridge. Thank you for joining me on this academic journey, and I look forward to sharing more about anatomy, physiology, chemistry, and more boring STEM. This is your nerd fan signing off.